Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the Ruike Knives P-848 here with me for a review in the house. Would you look at that? Please don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. As usual, we're gonna analyze the look, the sound and the feel of this guy, but first of all, let's just check some size specs going on over here, because this is not a huge knife. I mean, it's below 8 inches with a 3.5 inch long blade and an overall handle of 4.5 inches. So not that big, but bigger than the Spyderco Para 3 and smaller than the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. What else do we have? Look at this, TRM Neutron, of course, it's smaller, and TRM Atom is a little bit bigger than this guy over here. Another pair we usually use for size comparison is the Ontario Rad number 2, of course, and the Ontario Rad number 1, which is a huge boy compared to this guy over here, so you get the idea right over there. And also another couple, a little bit of higher end stuff. You've got Chris Reeve Knives, large Sebenza 21 regular, and Chris Reeve Knives, small Sebenza 21 also in a regular. Beautiful, beautiful couple going on over here. What else can I show you guys? Yeah, I'll show you a couple of classic for this channel. This is the Shirogorov Neon Zero, and where is it here? Shirogorov F95, Custom Division, White Tiger. Beautiful, beautiful blade. Stay tuned for the full review of that bad boy. Also, what else can I show you? Some smaller ones. Peña Knives, X-Series Apache, and front flipper, of course, and Richard Rogers OEM. Absolutely amazing knife. And since we have front flippers in the house, look at this, Garrett Ball, Shamwari 3.3 inch long. What else do you want to see? This guy, Adam Purvis, Progeny, beautiful, also G10 blade, and also this guy that I like, this is the CRKT Montosa, also G10 handle, really, really interesting design, also by Rogers. So you get the idea of the size of this guy, and this is an interesting one, guys. This is probably $50, made in China by Ruike. It's very, very interesting for some reasons. So this is a liner lock. Stainless liners with G10 contoured scales. It has an interesting construction. Please check my maintenance video if you want to see how the guts of this knife are, because they are interesting. It has a nice drop point. The design of this guy is absolutely sleek. When it's closed, it's beautiful. It's very, very interesting. It reminds me of this guy. Of this guy over here. This is the CRKT Quattro, also Rogers design, and I can see some resemblance over here. There's lots of things different, but it's just something that reminds me of that knife. This has a nice 3D milled G10 scales, black, with the liners which are sticking out just a little bit to give you the idea of that blue pop-in. It's really, really cool, guys. Not really much chamfering going on the inside, but on the outside there is. Look at that. It's nicely chamfered. You've got showing hardware, which is protruding a little bit. It's not flush, but it's not obnoxious. I mean, it's nicely done. It's shiny, and it's using like a T6, which is not ideal, but still, this is a budget knife. You've got the lanyard hole, which is done with this pivot over here, and you have also like a G10 backspacer right over here. So very short, but still, it's right there. Also, you've got your stainless steel liner over here, so no need for a lock face insert, of course, because it's steel against steel. You have a nice relief to disengage the lock bar, which is not jimped. Also, the blade is not jimped. There's no jimping going on anywhere. You've got an interesting construction, I was saying, because you remove these 3 screws, and then you're going to have another 2 sets of screws hidden under here, which are going through the backspacer, which are going to give the nice, some nice rigidity to the structure. It's not like 100% solid. In fact, you see you can kind of like squeeze it a little bit. And another feature of this knife, let's say feature, it's something that you can find also in the Benchmade 940, like, which are the protruding screws over here. You see, they don't touch the blade whatsoever. You see right over here, but they get very close to the blade, so they should have shortened those a little bit in order for them to be kind of flush with the liners over here, but I mean, not a big deal. Also, you've got a polished stainless steel deep carry pocket clip with this billboarding going on over here, Ruike. But yeah, it's gonna hide 99% of the knife, so that's a very, very cool thing. It's not reversible, it's tip up carry only, so it's not ambidextrous in any way. So the blade, it's 3.5 inch long drop point 14C28N steel. You've got a little bit of chamfering going on, not that much, there's no sweat, just 30% belly, and then you've got straight edge up to the missing sharpening choil over here, and you can see that the sharpening job, it wasn't the best. Like you can see here, you see like here they went a little bit over. It's not symmetric, but you have a nice blasted like bead blast finish, I think, with flat grind. There's a nice nail nick, and you have the plunge grind, which extends nicely, but I feel that there's like some thickening going on, like in this area here, like as you can see from, yeah, this angle right over here. So I mean, not too crazy, thin behind the edge, but still, it's gonna be a good slicer because the stock thickness is not that thick, so it's a pretty good one. Also, you've got some billboarding over here, which is, it's all right. I mean, I don't like it, but it's not too much. But what is this? What is this? P-848-B triangle 03 FD7M13. I mean, there's no need for this, guys. We don't need this, so please get rid of that. All right, yeah, 14C28N, I get it, you have to write it, so it's fine, just keep it like that small, but this, it's unnecessary, I think. So beside that, it's an alright blade, it's an alright steel, it's a budget knife, guys, so you can't really ask too much. There's only nail nick as a deployment method. I really feel that this is a great and missed opportunity for a pretty cool flipper, because I mean, look at this, just I'm thinking to weld some piece of metal right over here to have a flipper tab, because I'm always like, oh, okay, no, it's not a flipper, only nail nick, and it opens like that. So the sound, it's like this. It's kind of like an anonymous sound. It's not something I would write home about, but it's okay. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not sharp, it's not blast, it's a clack, unobtrusive, and this is a nice click. So it's an interesting sound. It's not the best sound out there for sure. What is pretty cool is this, the weight. This guy is going to be 3.6 ounces, sorry, in your pocket, so it's not going to feel that bad. What is very, very cool is that there's no hot spots. There are no hot spots when you squeeze the handle, no sharp edges, I would say, but there's also no jimping going on. So it might feel a little bit slippery if you do like a reverse grip. It might be feeling a little bit slippery. You can't really choke it up because of the lack of finger choil. The build quality is okay because you can feel there's a little bit of flex right over here. You can clearly feel that it's flexing, so it's not the most rigid structure out there, but fit and finish is overall okay. I don't really see any gaps or like horrible construction or things rattling in. There is no blade play. I mean, it's solidly built. Clip is nicely done. There's a little bit of point here, but nothing too crazy. I like that it's like deep carry pocket clip. I like that it's polished. I don't really like that Ruike right over here. What I really appreciate, actually, so because the deployment speed is like non-existent, it's a nail nick only, so it's gonna be slow. You're not gonna have any finger sore or anything. But the highlight of this knife is that this is absolutely smooth. And you know why? This guy runs on roller bearings. Yeah, check out my disassembly video for this one, because this is insane. This is running on roller bearings, which are giving a very smooth closing action. Really, really smooth. I'm not saying it's like this guy on roller bearings. This is another level, of course, but this is on roller bearings, and it's like a $50 knife. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. It's really, really cool. Blade is centered. It's nicely done. It's super smooth. Detent strength is, I would say, on the medium light side, because of course you have a nail nick opening action. You can't touch the tip because it's recessed and covered and protected by this back spacer. There's a little bit of rattling going on. I'm not sure what is it, but if you hold it from the clip, nothing is going on. You have a nice cutout here, so it's pretty easy to disengage the lock bar. There's no lock stick, there's no detent ball ramp, but the detent ball is very, very recessed, so you don't feel much of a hard step when closing. You have free falling when you disengage the lock bar. No guillotine effect, you have just to wiggle a little bit, but it's gonna be absolutely smooth because of these roller bearings, guys. So really, really interesting surprise inside of the guts of this knife. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.